Hey, hi and welcome back. Now let's start with this video, which is Introduction to Eagle Feature Back Annotation. So now let me tell you what you will learn in this video. So the first point is what is back annotation. So I will show you what is back annotation and how exactly it look like. Then the next point is solution for back annotation. So once you get this back annotation related issue, then how to deal with that issue. So I will show you that in this video. Okay. So that's how basically we are going to cover this video. Now let's start with this video. Now, in order to explain the back annotation related issue, let me create one schematic first. So I will create this schematic and later I will save that schematic in the desired location. So let me save it in this project. I will create one folder here. I will write the name of folder as test. So I gave the name as a test back annotation and later I will select this one. Let the name of the schematic as untitled.sch and let me save it. Now, in order to explain this issue, let me take some of the components on the schematic editor. So for that, I will go to add parts and from here, I will take few components. So let me take IC555. So I will quickly take one component IC555. I will place it here, escape. And now let me take few more components. Let's take register. So I will go to the RCL library for that. And then from I will take R0805 package from the European symbol. So I will select this one. You can take any of the package, no problem. Just for the demonstration, I am taking this R0805. I will select this one and then I will place this register here. I will place one more register, escape and then cancel. Now quickly I will do the connection between the terminals of this register and the pins of this component. Okay, so we are done with this schematic. Okay, just a sample schematic for the demonstration and later I will click on this option and let me generate the board file for the schematic. And on board file we have these all components. So let me grab them and let me move them on the layout editor. Okay, alright, so we have these components on this layout editor. Now let's consider that we are done with the schematic and we are done with the layout. Okay, we are done with the layout. Now by mistake I closed this particular window. Okay, it's asking me to save this layout. So I will first of all let me save this one. Alright, so we are done with the saving part. Now let me close this window. Now here if you observe, we got this particular error, which is annotation has been served. Okay, now what you did, you ignored this particular error. And what you did, you deleted one component from the schematic editor and also this particular track. Okay, and let's say that you also deleted this track. Okay, now you saved this schematic and after that you closed this schematic editor. Okay, now next time when you will open the schematic editor, at that time you're going to get one error. Okay, which is going to be related to back annotation. And it's going to say that there is no consistency. So here you can see we got this warning. It's saying board and schematic are not consistent. No forward back annotation will be performed. Okay, so use the ERC command to get the detailed error report. So I will click on OK. And after that I will go to the this warning option. I will click on ERC and after that I will click on OK. So you can see here, you will get one consistency related error. So what exactly that means? It means that part R1 not found in schematic. So that R1 part is actually not present in the schematic. Whereas this particular part R1 is present in the layout editor. So whenever you get the consistency error, it means that there is no connection between your layout and this schematic. Okay, so I will prove that now. So here we have this IC symbol of this particular IC. So I will select this show option. I will select this show option, and after that if I click on this symbol, then you can see this symbol is highlighted here, but this footprint for this symbol is not highlighted. Okay, so it means that whatever changes that you will do in this schematic editor, after that error, all those changes will not be reflected in the layout editor. The reason is there is no connection between the schematic editor and layout editor. So whatever changes you will do in the schematic editor, those changes will not be reflected in the layout editor. Okay, so I will show you once again. So if I take some part in this from this add parts option, and if I bring it on the schematic editor, so let's consider one part. Let's consider one more time IC555 IC. So I will go to IC and let's take this IC. Okay, and if I place this IC on the schematic editor, escape, cancel, and now you can see there is no footprint for this particular symbol. The reason is there is no consistency between the schematic editor and the layout editor. Okay, so in such situation you can't do anything. Okay, if you have completed all the schematic in your schematic editor, and if you have created the layout for that particular schematic, then that layout is actually completely wasted. Okay, you can't do anything because there is no consistency, there is no connection between the schematic and the layout. Now in such situation you have to create the layout once again from the starting. Okay, and that's why I am emphasizing on this point. Whenever you close you know, the layout editor, after that you have to close the schematic editor also. Make sure once the layout editor is closed, you don't do the changes in the schematic editor. Otherwise you will get problem related to the consistency. Okay, now as we have got the consistency related, you know, issue, for example, if I click on this option, we are getting this this board file, but there is no connection between the schematic editor and board editor. So I will close this one, and now we are not getting that error, right? In such situation, first of all, you have to delete all these files, untitled.brd file. Okay, so I will delete this one, and after that you have to create the board file once again. So I will click on yes, and now the board file is generated here, and first of all you have to save that file. Okay, so the file is now saved, and you can see here that board file is now present in this particular folder. Now if you close this board file at this time, you will get again that consistency annotation has been served related error. And in this situation, first of all you have to close this schematic file. Okay, and then you have to open that schematic file once again. So you just refresh here, and after that just open the schematic file once again, and now if I click on this board file, now you can see we can do the changes in this schematic editor. So I will show you quickly. So if I click on show on both the side, if I click on this one, you can see this particular footprint is highlighted. Okay, it means that there is a consistency between this schematic and this board file. Okay, so once you close the board file, you have to close the schematic file also. Okay, so now I want to conclude this video with a statement. So whenever you are done with the schematic on your schematic editor and the board file for that particular schematic is generated, then you can do the changes in the schematic file only when the board file is opened. Okay, in the same way you can do the changes in the board file only when the schematic file is opened. If any of the file is, you know, closed, then you should not do the changes in any of the file. Otherwise you will get consistency related, you know, you will get the error that there is no consistency between the schematic and layout. Okay, so I hope that this particular point is now clear to you. This is very important point. That's why I spent so much time in explaining this particular point, because I have wasted my lot of time in my initial days when I was getting started. At that time I have done this particular mistake many times, and I was unable to figure out, you know, what's the issue. Later, after a long period, I got to know this is issue and how to deal with that particular issue. Okay, so always remember this particular point whenever you create your design. Okay, otherwise unnecessary you will get frustrated. Alright, so that's what I wanted to discuss in this video, and this was basically the last video of this module. And I hope that every single thing that we discussed in the topics which are covered in this module are clear to you. And if you still have any kind of, you know, doubt related to any topic or any video in this module, you can reach to me and I will help you with that. Okay, Alright, so that's what I wanted to tell. Now I will see you in the next module, which is module 3, and we will see the first topic of that module, which is power supply unit. Okay, so I will see you in the next module now.